Right, the Reds, it's Talking Reds, Monday's Talking Reds with me, Gareth Roberts, Craig Hannan. We're going to talk about the Watford game, we're going to talk about who Liverpool have got in the Champions League, we're going to talk about Villa maybe, Monterrey, Club World Cup. It's absolutely wild, there's so much going on, and everyone at the Anfield Rapid teams has got a cold or flu or sickness, so today's Talking Reds is brought to you by phlegm, snot, tears and all the rest of it. But yeah, the Reds got Atletico Madrid, you probably know that by now. We are going back to the scene of our 6th European Cup triumph. First time we've played Atletico since 2010, when you may remember Diego Forlan scored in extra time at Anfield, put the Reds out of the Europa League semi-final at what stages, and loads of people blurt in the ground, turned on Rafa Benitez and called him all kinds of names. I know because I was there and it was grim. But that was bad times and we're in good times now. Do you want some shit about Atletico? I've done loads of research. Done some research.
Some in-depth analysis from Gareth Roberts.
Yeah, sorry. Here's some in-depth analysis on Atletico Madrid and their current form and how what kind of threat they represent to Liverpool Football Club.
Slash some shit.
They are 5th in La Liga. They are 6 points off the top. They have played 17 games in La Liga. They've won 7, drawn 8, lost 2. They've scored 18 goals and they've conceded 10, making them, you know, statistically the best defence in La Liga.
Keep this up for the rest of the year.
Fuck that. They won at the weekend, but they were without victory in 3 in the league before that. They'd drawn 2, they'd lost 1. Kieran Trippier plays for them, you probably know that. Diego Simeone is the manager, you probably know that. Like I say, we went to their ground and we won the Champions League, so that's good, innit? Scene of good memories and all that. I've mentioned the revenge aspect. We are away first as well. That match will either be on February the 18th or 19th, or February the 25th or the 26th. Second leg will be at Anfield, March the 10th, stroke 11th, or March the 17th, stroke 18th. So stuff to sort out. It's a while off, but it's good. I mean, I honestly didn't mind who we got because you know we're so good over 2 legs. Obviously, still unbeaten under Jurgen Klopp across 2 legs. Unbeaten as well at home in European football since Real Madrid came under Brendan Rodgers and beat us 3-0. And you know, I think the away first thing is massive. That's going to make it really, really difficult for them. Fancy us?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, it's exciting times. You think about where we are in the league. Obviously, we've extended that gap after Leicester's draw at the weekend. You know, lads you're going to Qatar this week to hopefully watch Liverpool crown world champions. And then you've got this to look forward to as well. We've got, again, the Champions League, again, knockout stages. And we shouldn't take any of this for granted, really, should we? Because, you know, you're talking about 10 years ago. Well, from that moment on, throughout this decade, we didn't have big nights like this to look forward to again. And Atletico will be a difficult test. Simeone and all of that, and we get the return to the stadium where we want it. But you know, Liverpool are the team that everyone else is fearing, and I'll let them worry about us, really. I'd seen people mention that on Madrid TV. That's exactly what they've been saying before the draw, that both Atletico and Real, the one team that they wanted to stay away from was Liverpool, because they're the informed team in Europe at the minute, and they're hopefully going to be the best team in the world. So I'm dead excited about it, and I'm not nervous. I'm not worrying about. To be honest, I wasn't worrying about anyone. I wanted someone like Lyon or Atalanta just because they were the easiest draws, because one was San Siro, one was Lyon, a nice city to visit. But you know, I'll have Atletico.
We'll be sound, yeah. We'll be sound, and we were sound again at the weekend. It was a bit of a shit game, shit conditions, 12:30 kick-off. It just all wasn't the best. The atmosphere wasn't very good, but the atmosphere seemingly is never very good for 12:30 kick-offs. It's just a bit of a weird time to have a game of footy. It was windy, it was squally, there was rain, there was hail, there was all kinds of madness going on, and it didn't make for a good game. But Liverpool did obviously emerge victorious and now 10 points clear at the top of the Premier League, as you mentioned, because Leicester drew with Norwich City. And the highlight really of the Watford game was obviously Mo Salah. 2 absolutely brilliant goals, and he was really kicking off on himself as well during the game about missing, you know, the other big chance that he had, and apparently he sort of walked through the journalists at the end of the game and was muttering like, you know, I should have had a hat-trick. I mean, that's the kind of standards that the fella's setting himself, bending one in the top bin with his right foot and then moaning at himself for not scoring another one. But also, just wanted to quickly mention this. Salah now has the best goals per game ratio of any Liverpool player in the Premier League era. I know people don't like that, but it is what it is. So it's 63 goals in 88 games, a ratio of 0.72. So that's better than Torres, better than Suarez, better than Owen, better than Mane, better than Fowler, better than Sturridge, better than Collymore, better than Rush in the Premier League era, and better than Firmino. So yeah, it's not bad, is it?
It's incredible. And you know, you're saying that he's hard on himself after that game. Like that first goal isn't a chance. That's created by himself. Like the way he turns him inside, puts it like it's an unbelievable finish with your wrong foot. Like and then obviously the second one, like for him to quickly react in the way that he did, and it goes through the you know, there's two sensational goals, and I feel like I maybe underappreciate Mo Salah a little bit myself.
I think we maybe all
you know, like,
you just take it for granted.
Yeah, and I think because of the numbers that he hit in his first season, and then he slightly dipped last season, although he still has a brilliant campaign with Liverpool. I think I still maybe underappreciate what he's done at the club since he's been here. Because he's not an out-and-out striker. He's not the kind of striker that we've grown up watching. You know, for me it was the Owens, the Fowler, the Torres, and so on. Well, you know what he's doing and the numbers that he's, you know, he's reaching, and you can see him only getting better throughout this campaign. I think that's now 4 goals in the last 3 games, and before that we were sort of worrying about him going through this little, you know, difficult patch. You know, when he was going to sort of find his form again. Well, he's found it. Bang! You know,
the goal at Salzburg was unbelievable, wasn't
incredible.
it? And then he's followed that up by, you know, these at the weekend, and now, as mentioned, going to Qatar. And we're following Liverpool out there. We should be out there doing video, doing podcast, you know, all the usual content. We've also got a team of people staying put. They're going to go to Villa and do content around that as well. The logistics are obviously fucking wild. We're still trying to sort it out between ourselves back in the office, but we'll get there. We'll do it. We'll get stuff out like we always do. And, you know, the Anfield app, if you don't know by now, you should do. We obviously do podcast and video around every single match Liverpool play, including when they played 2 in 2 days in different continents and all the rest of it. We'll be there, don't worry. And we did the same at the weekend against Watford. The stuff at the weekend was free if you downloaded the app, so you can listen to the post-match podcast, and you can watch the post-match video. For nothing, you just download the app. They're there, you can have a go. Do you still get tokens as well that you can use for other stuff?
Of course, yeah, you still get tokens. So I think the tokens amount to, I think it's enough to get a couple of videos and a podcast or something around that. I think it's 250 tokens, so you'll be able to listen to the reaction podcast, the reaction video, and get more.
Worth a go.
The Reds.
Worth a go. Get involved. It's obviously on Apple and Android platforms and all that. And to give you a taste of what it's all about in terms of the post-match video, here's a clip from that from the weekend.
I've never rated Mariner, but I've never thought what I thought today, where he was, to be honest, he's just unfit. He's not fit to referee. I don't mean that in the sense of his common sense or what he can see, although that was questionable. But he just wasn't up with play. I mean, they were wasting time from the first goal kick, but he was letting it go. Not because he was just, you know, he was a bit soft at him. He was letting it go for his own good, because he wanted a break. He was waiting, he was quite happy to let the goalie take his time so we could get back to the halfway line himself, just trot along. Watch him trot along. Honestly, watch him. When you see him tonight on Match of the Day, watch him. He is so out of shape. At one point he held his chest. I thought he was going to have a heart attack here.
I think you might have an ass.
Yeah, Sam. So that's the post-match pint. If you fancy a go with that, download the app, have a go, get involved, and if you like it, subscribe. You know, and there are different options to subscribe: audio, video, or the full fucking lot. So yeah, tomorrow, quarter-finals of the League Cup as well, which is a bit mad. It is going to be a side that represents Liverpool that you've never seen before. The under-23s boss, Neil Critchley, will be the manager of Liverpool for a night. And because of injuries, so Gini Wijnaldum's injured now, isn't he? Obviously Lovren as well. I think Curtis Jones now is going to Qatar, so he was due to captain the side at Villa, but he's now gone out with the rest of the boys to Qatar. So the side, all the best really. I mean, Harvey Elliott and Brewster have stayed. So Elliott will definitely play, but Brewster apparently has got a bit of an injury, so he's not likely to play either.
Oh, that'd be a massive.
And then you're down to like, I mean, you know, like Kelleher in goal, Herbie Kane, Hoover, Vandenberg. I mean, the one thing I would say about it is I don't normally watch the young red sides. I maybe should, but I just don't find I have the time for it. But because I was off sick last week, I watched the under-19s play against Salzburg. It was really good because initially Salzburg looked a bit bigger, a bit stronger, a bit like they had a bit more nous really. They went 2-0 up and I kind of thought, it's not coming this. And then half time, they just came out and they were just sort of like, honestly it was like that will thing again where they were like, not having this, fucking not having this. And they won 3-2 and they scored in the 93rd minute. And I'm there like knocking lem sips over and I'm going, get it lads, yes! And then I was like, and I think that's what, you know, that's what the Villa game could be like. I mean, they're down in 17th in the Premier League. I can't see that all of a sudden the League Cup becomes a massive priority for them. Obviously, they don't want to lose, but equally, I don't think they want to risk their first team. Like, they've been playing a League Cup side, the same as Liverpool have. Obviously, one or two more senior players than Liverpool are likely to have. But what I'm saying is, I mean, the odds obviously favour Villa, but it's not beyond the realms, is it? I mean, wouldn't it be brilliant if you went there and won?
That really would be Liverpool take the piss, wouldn't it? That would be taking the piss. I'm excited about it because of this, because of the prospect of seeing loads of players. I mean, there's some on that list there that I've never heard of. There's some that me and Josh went to some Mercedes-Benz under-17s indoor tournament in Germany last January. And
Josh like a free trackie from them or something?
And I paid €19 for it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And we went to, and there's some, and it was like 6-7 aside indoor, and they were playing against Bayern Munich and so on. There's loads of players on that list that you've got there that were there. Dixon Bonner being one of them, Christy Davies. I think Leighton Clarkson as well. And then obviously you've got the Keanu Hoover, who, you know, I'm excited to see. I mean, it'll be a bit of a blow if Brewster can't play. Harvey Elliott as well.
Elliott's boss.
Yeah. But I know what you're saying. Like, I went to quite a few of the under-19s games when Gerrard was manager and got really into it. And you know, you were seeing people. You're seeing some of the players that are coming through now, and like, I think it makes you more invested in them. You want to see them. You want to see them get their chances in the first team, because someone like Curtis Jones, who was playing under Gerrard in that run, was playing, and you're watching him every week, and you're willing them to do, you know, to get those chances. It's a very strange week to be a Liverpool.
It's fucking wild. I mean, I was thinking about it. You've obviously got some fellas, some girls, you know, some Liverpool fans who go to absolutely everything. And, you know, like, they've got the credits and they've built them up over the years, so they go to every single game. And I wonder, like, I remember a piece, I think in one of the papers, where they were like, this is how you could do it. You know, like, they were saying it was possible to go to Villa and then immediately fly from somewhere and manage to get to the game. I wonder if anyone's doing that.
There is, the lad that we had on work experience, Matty. He's doing it. I'm sure I read a piece about him. I think Taggy's doing it as well.
Is he? Yeah,
there's a couple of there's a couple of people doing it. Like, it's mad. It's brilliant. I mean, I'm jealous. I'm really jealous. And it's like, you know, it's mad that both games are so contrasting in what they'll be and what they'll end up being. But both Liverpool in two different continents within 36 hours or something like that. It's just, I can't remember a time that's ever happened.
I think we're going to be in Manchester Airport, so I don't know if
we're excited about it.
We'll get to see about Qatar.
Qatar?
Yeah, it'd be
I think it's going to be mad.
It'd be absolutely boss. The chance to become like World Club Champions, Club World Cup. Some fella keeps having a go at me for getting it the wrong way around. Club World Cup or World Club Cup.
Not great at that sort of thing in this show.
It's Club World Cup.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But anyway, it'd be boss to win it. Pretty sure United have won it, haven't they? And so it'd be good for us to get one on the board. And the last time we went was under Benitez, wasn't it? And like, we had a few dodgy decisions against us. I remember Crouch playing for us in that. I remember like diving out of work. Like, I literally had to say to my boss at the council, like, can I have like a couple of hours off? And they were like, why? I was like, I want to go and watch the Reds.
I want the gold thing on the kit. Like, I think that always looks cool. It always reminds me of Real Madrid. They seem to just always have it for about the last 4 or 5 years. So I want that on the kit.
The only minor concern about it, like, I've changed my view on it a little bit. I think, like, gone from thinking this could really disrupt us and be like a problem. I've changed my mind on it now when I've looked at the schedule and kind of thought, could actually be the opposite.
I
could
think
be
so.
good. Could be like warm weather training.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And like good for the team as well. I mean, you know, imagine you're the team. You go out there. You've seen the reception they got in Qatar yesterday, and like they must just feel on top of the world when they see that. That's fantastic because you know when they go away like that, you know everyone's like yes, the boys. And like they must, you know, you'd be like, get in, I'm boss.
But also, it's another chance to lift the trophy and do, you know, for Henderson to do his like his mad little legs thing and do all of that again. It's another chance.
Like we already won the Super Cup, potentially win the Club World Cup. The boys that we mentioned here, you never know, might get through the League Cup. Like, let's win the fucking lot.
But that's it.
Let's win the fucking lot.
That's it. And you can talk about, you know, what the stature of this cup is, and well, I don't care. We haven't won it before, and it'll go up on that wall. It'll go up on the wall beside the European Cups, beside the Super Cups, the FA Cups, and the leagues, and whatever. But it's just getting into the habit of lifting trophies above our head. I think that's massive. And
did you watch any of the Mexican lads?
I didn't know.
Today.
No.
I had a little go with the highlights. Like,
no, you have been off work, haven't you, scouting?
And they wellied in a couple of absolute belters, like 30 yarders top in. I mean, you're not getting that space against Liverpool, I don't think. The only other concern, though, what I was going to say was they love a foul. They definitely love a foul. And like I was looking at some of the stats in other games they played and stuff. They love a foul. So I'm a bit worried about them like kicking some of our boys off the park.
It's going to be tasty because like obviously Liverpool are the favourites for this, but any other team that are in this competition are gonna want to beat them and are going to want to be the team that are able to say that they put Liverpool out of it. And like Flamengo, they sing about us, about beating us in 1981 in the same trophies.
Intercontinental and money,
basically the same thing. So you know they're all out to beat us and stop us, and you know all the best is what I would say.
There you go. That's today's Talking Reds. Loads of stuff out there as ever. The free shows out there. There will be the review. There will be stuff previewing all these games. We've somehow got to try and do shows about all of these things. It's a mad chocker day at the Anfield app. We're going down to the what are they called these
FSA
days?
Awards.
FSA.
Which you were helping voting for us. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed
that we win the Fan Media Award down there. Then we've got to be thinking about getting to Qatar. Absolute madness, but you wouldn't have it any other way, would you? The Reds are fucking boss. The Reds are top of the league. Up the fucking Reds, that's been Talking Reds.